I know we're in week 9, but I'm still thinking about week 8. The fact that a single catch from Jake Ferguson, who was a tight end one in fantasy football before last week, would have won me last week's matchup. Something more drastic needs to be done.
911, what is your emergency?
Yeah, I'd like to report I found the leader of a terrorist organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the child's name and age?
Dak Prescott, he's 32.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they still misbehaving?
I'd say they're being pretty bad.
I see. Since they're still being naughty, I will send the police to your home immediately.
Well, send them to Dallas.
Address on file.
Don't send them here. Send them to Dallas. Send the
If
police to
they're
Dallas.
still being naughty when
The
police
Dallas
arrive,
Cowboys.
Arrest them and take them to the children's prison for questioning.
Dallas,
Do you
Texas.
mind if I ask your child a couple questions?
He's not my child. I'm trying to tell you about it. All right.
Week number 9 is underway in the Flock League. There's teams that are clustered together from 3rd place, Avery's team, all the way down to like 10th place. We got 3-5, 4-4, and 5-3 teams. The playoff picture is starting to take shape. There's a couple of teams separating the really good from the really bad, but for the most part, everybody is in the middle. Let's go to the most crucial matchup of the week, the only one featuring 2 playoff teams as it's currently seated right now. Sal versus the Devs. When you look at this matchup, you think, okay, Sal's team's an absolute horse. It's projected for 152 points. Right now, I have him set as a minus 300 favorite that he wins this one. 13.5 points of wood he's laying to the Devs, who do not have Jalen Hurts in this matchup, do not have AJ Brown in this matchup. So they're going to have to make some moves, go up and pick a quarterback, go and pick up a defense. I do think that Sal is probably going to take this one, but Christian McCaffrey going up against the Giants defense is going to be an absolute bloodbath there. And Jonathan Taylor against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The girth is on the loose for Sal's fantasy team, and we are all scared to face it up close and personal.
Week 9 in the Flock League, and for the 3rd straight week, I'm playing facing a playoff team. Despite losing last week, the Devs are still a top 5 team in the standings. They have scored a lot of points. I think like the 3rd or 4th most points in the league so far. They got a good team, but the narrative, like these last 6 weeks, I faced a lot of teams who have dealt with crazy bye week situations, like last week with Thomas, teams that have dealt with some crazy injury situations. Now we've had full strength as well, like Avery full strength, we ended up beating him. But when you look at this, I have been getting lucky with the bye week scenarios. And this week, I mean, the Devs still have a strong team, but they don't have Jalen Hurts and they don't have AJ Brown, which obviously helps me. The team is still great though. Like they're going to go out there and they're going to field Jahmyr Gibbs, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Travis Kelce, Courtland Sutton, DeAndre Swift, a lot of players who can go and put up points. So this is by no means like a walk in the park. I think it's going to be a close matchup. I think it potentially could be the highest scoring matchup. So if I can get by the Devs though, we're looking at a spot where we're 8-1, potentially already clinching a playoff spot after this week, depending on how the rest of the league goes.
Moving into the next matchup, we have Danny versus the Fan, the only other matchup that is between 500 or better teams here, both of them sitting at 4-4, currently on the outside looking in on the playoff picture, but this could go a long way to determining a playoff team. Now, both of them in the projections, this is the closest matchup of the week. 51% chance that Danny wins it, 49% chance that Sammy wins it. I have the Fan actually being the favorite here as a minus 125. Just across the board, I really like some of the matchups, and I don't love that Danny is relying so much on JJ McCarthy coming off of that injury on the road at Detroit. Danny, an underdog, slightly 3-point underdog to Sammy the Fan.
All right, Fan Wagon. We've made it to week 9. We are well and truly halfway through the season here. We're 500, and our opponent this week, Danny of Fantasy Stock Exchange, is also 500. We are both 4-4, both fighting for those non-bye playoff spots. So far in this little stretch of creators that we have in the middle of the season here, we're 2-3. With Nathan and Avery on the horizon, I'd love to beat Danny here, be 3-3 against the creators, have a chance to go 500. That would be a pretty big accomplishment. As far as our matchup goes, Thursday night is big. Danny makes that huge trade, strengthened his team quite a bit. Now instead of dealing with Puka Nacua, we have to deal with Derrick Henry and Justin Jefferson. If we can come out of Thursday night with a lead, that would be huge.
And to everyone that said, Team Lad, good wide receivers, good quarterback, good tight end, their running back room is absolute piss. No. We are making sure that we do everything in our power to develop our running backs moving forward. We got them on a whole new training regime, and without spilling too much of the tea, let's just say we're trying unconventional methods.
The next matchup features Mason Dodd, the team of dog shit, versus 4 Black Backman, aka Zachary Savage here. This one is interesting because both guys are pretty hamstrung with buys this week, and Zach is still without Bucky Irving and still kind of awaiting word on Jaden Daniels, on Drake London, some of the other major pieces of his team here. Right now, I have it set that Mason is a minus 200 favorite. 8.5 points is what he's laying to Zach. That one is very crucial crucial because A, it will determine a lot for playoff seeding if Mason is able to win this matchup. But if he loses this week, that opens me, Avery, and others to potentially claim that number 2 seed behind Sal. And of course, that would keep Zach's season alive.
It gets real, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, up until this point, I've had the easiest matchups on the planet, right? I get to go up against Sal week 1. I crush him. Don't even think twice about it. I get to go up against Avery week 2. I run away with that win. It wasn't even remotely close. And we just go on a run. We're 6-2. I know a lot of y'all are disappointed by that. I know a lot of y'all expect only greatness from us, and we should be 8-0, should be the number 1 spot in the league analyzer, but that's why we punished those players that did us dirty. That's why we traded away Cam Scadaboo. That's why we traded away T. Higgins. We traded away Stephon Diggs. We cut Jerry Jeudy. And the guys we have in this building right now, they understand the expectations. They know that they need to go out there. And if we're looking at this matchup this week, we are going up against somebody that is the most disrespectful member of this league towards yours truly in the greatness that I display every single week out here, documented for the entire world to see. If y'all don't know, with Mr. Zachary Savage, he was sitting here crying last week that he wasn't allowed to trade for Nico Collins, even though everybody and their mom understood there's no way Zach's trading for Nico Collins when he's doing anything that he possibly can to trade for production inside his starting lineup now. Like, what the hell? Who is he trying to fool? And in the DMs, he had the chance to win last week against the Fan. He had an offer out there where he could have sent me Bucky Irving for Rome Odunze, but he rejected, and that is the reason he lost last week. And that's going to be the reason he loses this week. We see how scared of Nico Collins he is. We see how he disrespected Rome, and Rome in his locker this week has a picture of Batman out there, and he's going to be the Joker. And if we're going and looking at our flex spots, I know somebody may be a little bit confused. Mason, why are you starting Tony Pollard? Is it because you have so many players on bye? You're missing Saquon Barkley, you're missing Dallas Goedert, you're missing Harold Fannin. I mean, bye weeks are devastating your lineup. No. That's not it. Even if Saquon Barkley was playing this week, even if he was out there projected to score 25 plus points, it doesn't matter because it's personal for Tony Pollard as well. If y'all don't remember, Zach had Tony Pollard on his team. And what did he decide to do? He decided to embarrass him publicly, shopping him to every single owner in the league. And I, a welcoming and understanding, a caring, compassionate person, welcomed Tony Pollard onto the squad and knowing we were going to be using him for this week in particular. Tony Pollard, 25 points, book it, put it in your calculator. It doesn't matter. It's happening, and we are taking him down.
So we faced Mason Dodd this week, and I'm trying to think, like, what would I do if I was Mason Dodd this week? I thought, you know what, the first thing I would do is probably leave Mark Andrews on the waiver wire, even though I desperately need a tight end. Check. So that's already done. But now I'm starting to think, what else would Mason do?
What kind of mileage does this thing get?
I don't know, like 25.
25? My car in college got 25. Mine now gets at least 35. Did you get this from Craigslist? Well, what we did is we have a connection with a dealer that you don't even know exists. I've got a 2035 model, okay? You'll hear about it in 5 years.
This is your phone?
Yeah,
What is this, like an iPhone 6?
it's a 12.
A 12, okay. I had a 12 like 16 years ago.
Oh, did you get back from a run?
Yeah.
Oh, how many miles did you do?
2?
2 miles?
Yeah. Do you need something?
Oh, well, my shirt's off. I was also running.
Oh.
I was working out as well.
Okay.
You said you did 2 miles?
Yeah.
Well, I actually woke up this morning at 3 a.m., went to bed at midnight, and what we realized is we actually doubled our normal sleep. So at 3:30 a.m., I actually ran 2 miles. You said you ran 2 miles right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that was like 10.
Do you have more than one fridge?
So what we ended up realizing is if we double our fridge space, we double our potential protein intake on a daily basis.
Okay. Well, is that chicken nuggets?
No, those are protein balls. What area do you live in? They're probably not available yet.
Okay.
You've probably not heard of them.
Oh, okay.
Moving into the matchup that I have with Bedaki this week. Right now, some of us are kind of, shuffling things around. It looks like I would imagine Troy Franklin will probably be in his flex. In this matchup, I'm currently favored. The way that I've set this here is minus 180. Bedaki's team, lots of heart. Man, the last 3 games, I'm 3-0 and Bedaki's 2-1. So these are 2 of the hotter teams, I would say, in the league in terms of on the rise, playing well. Bedaki is getting 6 points as the underdog here. When I look across the board at the matchups, I think the Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers stack tonight is going to determine a lot of what goes on here. This one, obviously, Bedaki's not really in playoff contention anymore unless he really strings together a huge set of wins, but I need this win badly because if I'm going to keep pace with Mason and Sal and Avery and some of the other top teams in the league, I will need to take Badake down in this one.
All right, going into week 9 of the Flock League, and I'm going against Bush, aka Unc. What's crazy is that I'm older than the man, and he's calling himself Unc. I think he's only like 24, 25. Look, he gets Lamar Jackson back and he has Zay Flowers. It's not ideal for me. I haven't been favored in any of these games, but I'm hoping, I'm believing. Why? Because Hope, she has been so great to me the past 2 weeks, and I'm hoping for a 3rd week of a sexy, curvaceous Hope. If Lamar Jackson cannot rush for any touchdowns and I'll throw touchdowns, that would be really helpful because this is a 4-point passing touchdown. I don't know why people in this league say, oh, we should have 4-point passing touchdowns when a touchdown, if you throw it or run for it, is 6 points. Doesn't make sense to me. Explain it to me. I have no idea. If Bush goes into this Sunday slate games with what, 35 to 40 point lead, I think that's a win for me. Am I favored? Absolutely not. But I am hoping, I am believing at this very moment that I can go 3-0 in the past 3 weeks. There's hope, baby. Come on, talk me up.
Nathan, fresh off of the Puka trade, the much maligned Puka trade in the comments section, he is going up against Thomas, the editor. This is kind of the battle of mid. I do currently right now have Thomas favored as minus 145, and Thomas is also laying 4.5 points of wood right here. So I do think that Thomas will take this one down.
Heading into the Thursday night game, I've got nobody playing because I don't have Derrick Henry on my team anymore. He's going to drop 25 on Miami's defense. That's the way it is. But I'm here to watch the world burn, and I'm here to watch Puka Nacua score points on my team. I would love to beat Thomas, but I can't win this year, and I can't win any given week. Thomas does have Brees on bye, but that didn't stop Bedaki from dropping 150 on my head last week when he had Devontae Adams on bye. So we'll see what happens. Am I optimistic at this point? I mean, absolutely not. So super pumped, really excited, 3-5, ready to take on this next matchup with everything I got.
Moving into the final matchup of the week, not as much intrigue here. Nick, the editor, currently last place in the league, going up against Avery, who's currently in 3rd place in the league, I believe 2nd in points for as well. Lots of great matchups all around for Avery. The only saving grace I would say for Nick here is that Avery does not have Rashad White. He does not have Devontae Smith. He probably will not have Terry McLaurin as well. So if you're going to catch Avery at a certain time, this is a decent time to catch him. I have Avery listed as a minus 225. If he was at full strength, this would be like a minus 300 plus, and he is a 10.5 point favorite against Nick, the editor here.
This is a must-win situation for me this week, because if you're looking at my roster next week, all of my good players are on bye, and if I lose this week, I go to 5-4, and odds are I go to 5-5 next week. It essentially destroys my chance of getting a bye week in this league. I have to win this matchup, and I am down 4 starters this week. Now, the good news is I'm playing Nick, and Nick is 1-7, and I'm still projected by 19 points going into this. I just don't feel that good about it. So I have to start Kyle Monungai. I have to start Cooper Kupp. Obviously, shout out to Nick. Nick's done a great job editing our videos. If I lose this week, I am on a trajectory to not get a bye week. I'm still going to make the playoffs with my team, but I have to have it. I absolutely, such an important game. If I lose this week, I'm going to be freaking devastated. And so we're 5-3. We're 3rd in the league. We've got to get to 2nd. Hopefully Mason can lose this week. Go, Mr. Zach Savage. I'm rooting for you, my friend. By the way, all the people chirping Domain in the last video. You know Domain's the only one that has one of these, right? So when Flock gets one, FSE, Land, any of those guys, they can talk, but we are the only channel that has the league trophy in our hands. And so keep that in mind as you're yep in the comments. But the goal is to keep it there. And this week is extremely important in keeping it right there on my desk.
The Flock League, tons of matchups, tons of fates will be decided. Who can punch their ticket to the playoffs? Who is going to be looking for trades on the open market after this week? There are a ton of deals that have gone down so far in this league, and we are going to get to see some of them, mainly the Puka Jefferson one, materialize in week 9.
All right, ChatGPT, what is a conservatorship?
In a nutshell, a conservatorship is when a court appoints someone to handle another person's financial or personal matters if they can't do it themselves.
I have a business partner that makes the worst fantasy football trades I've ever seen. Could that be classified as him being insane?
Well, making bad fantasy trades isn't exactly a legal definition of insanity.
Is there any way that I could convince the court that Nathan was insane enough for me to have conservatorship over him?
In reality, no court is going to grant a conservatorship just because Nathan makes hilariously bad fantasy football trades.
So if I provide proof that Nathan can't manage his daily life, including his fantasy team, then maybe I could get him under a conservatorship.
Well, even if his fantasy team is a disaster, you'd really need proof that he can't manage essential daily life tasks.
You're useless to me. I tried. I can't do it. I would do the Britney Spears treatment. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
What a beautiful day it is to be alive. Not only because the Blue Jays are one win away from winning the World Series, but also Lamar Jackson plays football today, and Zay Flowers, my number one wide receiver. I'm in really good shape in this league. I know it's kind of gone under the radar, but I mean, I've won 3 straight games. I'm looking at my roster. I'm benching against Bedaki this week. Igbuka's on bye, Kenneth Walker, Dalton Kincaid, Josh Downs. I got Brandon Ayuk still hanging on my IR. Those are my bench players. Lad McConkey on the up and up. Zay Flowers on the up and up. Marvin Harrison plays the Cowboys this week. Emeka Igbuka, no Mike Evans. Lamar Jackson coming back. Kyle Pitts getting targets left, right, and center. Team Unk is here to stay, man. I got some people in the comments section talking shit that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, man. I think I'm feeling good. And I already can sense that Mason or Avery or one of these guys is going to make a clip making fun of this one, but I'm feeling great.
I'll just say this. I'll start with this. Corey's my friend and I love him. But if you have to make a video saying my team is really good, actually, look at my running back and my backup running back, is your team actually that good? I had to watch a video which is subtitled Team Unk is quietly stacking wins deep and getting healthy. And it's just Corey stroking himself in front of the camera. Like, if your team's that good, then you'll win. Then you'll win the playoffs. You'll win the championship and you'll be fine. But if you have to get on camera and say my team's actually really good, it doesn't mean much, dude. Just let your play do the talking. Oh man, what a dork. What a dork.
Power rankings are officially here. Everybody but Thomas, because we know Thomas doesn't answer his phone.
Oh my God.
Everybody but Thomas submitted power rankings. The bottom 2 were in a tier. I don't think this will really shock anybody. Not a huge reveal that Nick, the editor, is at the bottom, and Bedaki, who's most recently gotten his first 2 wins, is second to last. Nothing crazy. The highest that somebody had them was somebody had Bedaki at number 2.
No, come on.
I wonder who.
The person who shares a channel.
Let's just be on the record so this can be out there in the world. If y'all haven't realized, same thing happened last year. Once Zach and Bedaki lose, they just shut down, go into troll mode, and then they don't engage anymore. If they're winning, we'll see them. They'll be making noise in clips. But if they're losing, they're not going to show up anymore for y'all. They want y'all to forget about them.
One twist I should mention on the power rankings that I didn't tell you guys. I removed your own rankings of yourself.
Okay.
So I'm going completely the league's opinion of your team.
Then he goes, there goes my strategy.
I was going to say, I saw Danny's rankings.
Danny was one of 2 people that ranked himself number 1. It is pretty consensusly viewed as a cluster of, let's say, playoff hopefuls. Right now is the name of the tier here. Before this week,
I'm not hopeful.
I survived, aka Nathan, was at the top of this group in the power rankings.
I had him
After this week, however,
He
is at the bottom of this group, coming in number 10 in the power
They won't see him
rankings.
coming. They won't see him coming.
They will not see him coming. The highest that anybody ranked Nathan was number 4.
Here's the thing realistically with Nathan's team, right? For the Toilet Bowl, you just have to win 1 game in weeks 15, 16, 17 for him to avoid Denny's. And I'll be on record here as well. I pray to God that Nathan's at Denny's because that would be the best live stream I've ever seen in my entire life.
Badaki'd probably make friends, so like he would be a completely different experience.
Okay, next up we have the fan wagon, the aforementioned, coming in with slightly higher score than Nathan within the same tier. The highest, people were very level-headed on the fan here. The highest that anyone ranked the fan was 7th. The lowest anybody ranked him was 10th. Pretty straightforward. Everybody views the fan as like a middle tier playoff hopeful. Next up, Thomas, the editor, who probably won't see this until about 6 weeks from now when he answers his phone. Thomas is coming in with the last playoff hopeful spot. The highest anyone ranked him was number 5. The lowest anybody ranked him was 11, which was by far the lowest anybody ranked him, by the way.
He's not that bad.
That would be one Danny Football 59 here.
Man, you're low on Thomas.
I think he's just mad that Thomas doesn't respond.
Hey, can we circle back to the bandwagon real quick?
Yeah.
I want to point out, if people are saying that Sammy is that bad, right now it is a 50-50 coin flip of who wins between Danny with all his players at full strength or Sammy.
Yeah, did you look at what Sleeper's projecting the players, by the way, before you said that? Keenan Allen's got a 14-point projection.
Oh, I apologize.
50%.
You actually have Sammy now up to 52% chance to win after that Devon Achane run. So, Danny, you're currently a dog to the fan wagon.
I just want to say about Thomas's team, ESPN, the magazine, had Joe Mixon as a top 15 overall player, and Thomas got him in the 8th round, so that's just all I'm going to say.
Next up, coming in at number 7 in the power rankings, Zach coming in next year is about halfway in between the next tier of playoff teams and the playoff hopefuls. Pretty straightforward. The highest someone ranked him was 1. The lowest someone ranked him was 9. But other than the person who ranked him as 1, who you guys can probably gather who that was, which by the way was not factored in, we all had him between 7 and 9. Everybody else.
I mean, talk about probably the second most unlucky team in this league. Like in terms of timing, his roster is good. Like he has a solid roster.
Yeah, based on points, he's a playoff team.
Yeah,
based on points.
At the same time, though, his points against aren't super high. He's
his
scored
points
like
against
107th. Yeah, he's like scored 110, 115 and been in games. Whereas like,
he won scoring 100 points.
Here's what I don't get with Zach. Like, so he lost Puka for 1 week and he panicked and traded him. He's had Bucky Irving missing 4 straight games, now his 5th straight week. But he's still holding on to Bucky for dear life.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is I told you guys one way or another, Puka was going to find his way on my team.
Next up, we do have a tie. The tie is the number 6, Devro. The highest that anybody ranked them was number 3. One Sal Vetri also ranked them number 3 as well. So Devs, good team. I played them exactly at the right time last week. They had no Gibbs, no JSN, but they have a good roster going forward. Tied with the team of dog shit at 5.22 as well. Now I will say, in Mason's defense, even though he's technically in like a little mini tier with the dev team, the person who ranked them the players poorly ranked Mason number 12.
Okay, well, seriously, why are we including Zach's rankings if he's putting Bedaki at 2 and me at 12? What purpose does this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think those should actually be into the average.
Okay, just so you know, you're still number 5 regardless, but you are closer to the next.
Okay, well, I play with a bunch of idiots. It's not my fault.
Okay, well, it's a league consensus.
Yeah, and y'all are dumb.
Like
we can
10
tell.
plus rankers.
You seem upset.
Oh, all I know is I have the best record in this league over the past 2 years. Not even really close. I'm clearly better than all of you.
We're not ranking the past 2 years, Bubba. We're ranking 1.
Mason, you have as many playoff wins as the 4 people in the call.
4 more points than Bedaki, and you can talk to me.
Moving into the next team, we have the aforementioned only outscored Bedaki at number 4. Everybody in this league ranked Danny either 4, 5, or 6. Any thoughts?
Yeah,
on
before
Mason?
that trade, I think I had Danny 9 or 10. I don't know.
Yeah, you had him 9.
Yeah, that trade helped a lot. I think I had him 5 after that. Yeah, Nathan went from 6 to 11 for me after that trade.
I'm curious, like, what's the most heinous comment you've received since this trade, Nathan? I just want to unpack this a little bit.
I honestly, I only made it through 10 to 20 comments on the video until I was like, all right, it's time to stop for the day. But
my favorite one on the most recent video was Nathan is the Browns of the Flock League.
That was a good one. I saw that one.
That's a good comment.
Number 3 team is yours truly, Team Unc. The highest anyone ranked me. It was pretty consistently across the board. I was a top 3 to 6 team for everybody except the rankings we are ignoring. The lowest on me was Sal, who had me at 6. The highest on me was, Sammy had me at 3. Yeah, I mean, at the risk of sounding desperate for attention, does anybody have any comments about my team being ranked 3rd?
Horrible coaching, won't matter.
Pretty straightforward. It looks like there's a very clear top 6 playoff teams in this league, and then maybe Zach if he can get healthy based on everything that we kind of view of these teams. The top 2 teams are pretty much no surprise. I wouldn't say they're in the same tier. It's almost like a mini tier between the 2 of them. Zero Dark Avery coming in at number 2. Literally everybody ranked you number 2 except for me, who ranked myself at number 2.
Yeah, the real question is, how do we take down Sal? He has Jonathan Taylor, McCaffrey, Trey McBride, George Pickens, Chris Olave.
The only thing that takes down Sal is another 200 pointer from Avery or CMC or JT going down.
I mean,
There's
if
no
CMC
taking it
or
down.
JT were to go down, Sal probably is done. But if they
Hey, I've got a big
I
enough.
don't know how
I
we
just
take
need
it
to
down.
get to that bye week, and anything can happen.
So Mason, when you get the 3 seed, you better pick me in the first round. And Sal, when I move on to the second round, you better pick me with the first seed. Because I want to be
himself again.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah, we'll see.
The top teams, we're picking from the remaining playoff teams. The toilet bowl's not eligible to be picked.
how many playoff wins do you have in this league? How many playoff wins do you
I'm
have?
farther than you have,
Like a
brother.
broken record, dude.
Hey, I bet you if we played in the first round, you'd still have 0 after this year, by the way.
Okay, you congrats on the hypothetical win. All I know is I put up real wins.
So we hit the halfway point of this season. I decided I would go back and look at some of the league history so far. Now that we have a season and a half of sample size in this league, I did want to confirm that I'm the all-time points leader in the Flock League. But I didn't know Sleeper had a metric where you could see how many messages everybody has sent in the league. This is pretty much the perfect example of what this league is like. Because most people were around 300 messages. You had Mason was almost 700. I was like 780. You had Bush at 802 messages sent. And then you have Danny. Danny has sent 3,138 sleeper messages in our league in like 18 months. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. He has sent almost 4 times the messages of the next highest guy.
Avery, thank you for showing everyone the league history. Ha ha ha, Danny sent a lot of messages. Let's not skip by the important thing. Let's not look at the most important thing that we've seen over the past 2 years in this league. Best record in it. What have I been telling y'all? I've been saying that I'm the best at this. The proof is in the pudding. And now the question that we all need to start asking is, we know I'm the best in this league, but am I the best fantasy football player on this planet?
Wide open again this time.
They hate Derrick Henry, man. Go get the big dog going.
Man, not looking good for me right now, unfortunately. Lamar Jackson has 4 touchdowns. It's not okay. Zay Flowers just had a big game. So you guys, like I said, I was hoping for 35 to 40 points. He's currently at 36.0 points right now. It's not ideal.
All right, I heard Zach wants to be Mason Dodd for the week, and my friend, 100% serious here. I got a 50-mile ultra marathon called the Lady Bird Lake Ultra on Saturday morning. Here's what I will do. I will be running 50 miles on Saturday morning. I swear to God, if you run 50 miles, you can break it into Saturday and Sunday. I will bench all my Monday night players. I will take a 0 at those spots, but I need some form of proof. Whether that's an Apple Watch, Strava file, whether that's a live stream, whatever it is, you get the 50 miles down, you don't even need to beat me, but you just get them done, and I'll bench half my team.
Okay, I'm pretty sure the joke there from Mason is that he has no players on Monday Night Football, so if I run 50 miles, it doesn't hurt him. Look, I want to raise the stakes, Mason. You know, you're all this talk, all right? Mr. King of the League, Mr. Everybody else is a peasant. I can win with my eyes closed. Why don't we raise the stakes then? All I ask is that you let me bench one player of my choice as well as your defense. Shouldn't be a problem for the King of the League. And I will give this channel exactly what they've been asking for, what they've been yearning for years. I will show them exactly what's under this cap. Well, ball's in your court now, sir.